Hello, I got a comment a day ago asking if we could add a custom button to the main menu page here, just like Mod Menu does. And it's actually pretty simple, so I thought, why not? So we're just going to add a button right to the right of the single player button. It'll just open up a random screen. First thing we need to know, I'm just going to quit this, is that that screen right there is called title screen as of 1.15.2 in Yarn. The general flow of logic, I believe there's an init method. I think that belongs to screen. And that's where buttons are called or added. So you see like the language button is added right here. The options button is here. The quit button is here. Down here we're going to be looking at like single player, multiplayer buttons because that's what we're going to be targeting. Specifically, this is the single player button and I want to add to the right of it. So we're going to make a simple mixin. This is just the example project over here, nothing fancy. So I'm going to do title screen mixin and add the mixin annotation pointing to title screen.class. Now I'm going to inject probably at the end of this method here, and I'm going to copy this logic because it's basically what we want, and it's init widgets normal. So I'm going to do inject at return. Method is init widgets normal. Private void add custom button, or whatever you'd like to call it. If you're wondering how I get autocomplete, that's with the Minecraft mod development plugin for IntelliJ. I think it's on other IDEs as well, but it's pretty nice, including autocomplete for mixin parameters and methods. So right now we have an inject at return, so it's going to be going right here, right before the method ends, and we just want to add our custom button. So I'm just going to copy and paste this guy right here. That's what I just did. And we need the add button method, but add button, if you go over here, you can see add button belongs to the screen class, which title screen extends. So we're going to have our mixin class extend screen as well. But in some cases, it's going to want us to, let's see if it wants us to do it. No, sometimes it'll want us to like implement methods. Say screen is an interface or something. So good practice is to just make your class abstract. And it will make us add a constructor, but doesn't really matter. Just do what it tells you to do. And now we have access to the add button method, not through a shadow, but through inheritance. Other than that, we're adding a button widget. The x position is this dot width divided by 2 minus 100, which just ensures that it is centered in the screen. The width is 200. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say we're going to go 205 over to the right. So if you think of the single player button, we're going 200 over, which is the width of the button, plus 5. So we'll have a little space in between. The Y position and the height are correct, and the width of my custom button is going to be 50. This parameter here wants a string, so it's currently using a translation key, but because I'm evil, I'm just going to type in hello and not do translations. And then you have a lambda here that is what happens when we click the button. So in this case, we're saying this.minecraft.openScreen, which is equivalent to Minecraft client.getInstance.openScreen. There's just a client field. I don't know if that's in screen or title screen. And then open screen. So it's currently new select world screen. So if we wanted to, we could look at available screens. I don't really trust any of these screens. I feel like they're going to crash. How about we try anvil screen? Nope, it wants a player. Add server screen, what do you want in your constructor? Okay, how about we just stick to select world screen? You get what I'm trying to do. If you have stuff like whatever this method wants or this constructor wants, you could just open the add server screen, but I'm not going to mess with that right now. Only other thing we have to do is go to our modid.mixins.json file or whatever you've named it, and this is a client mixin. So we're just going to do title screen mixin, and going to run our game. Everything should be good. And as you can see, our custom button titled Hello has appeared to the right of the single player button with 5 pixels in between the two buttons. And if we click it, it should bring us to the Select World screen, which it does, which I believe is the same as single player. That's about all you have to know.